Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we have some special stuff. We are on the test server. Let's actually set this up like I planned. There we go. You can already see some of the tanks that have changed here, or that are new. And let's take a look first at the tech tree, because the French tech tree has moved around a little bit. We have two new tanks here at tier 2. The FCM36 and the R35. We'll take a closer look at them in a second. Then at tier 3 we have the Somua S35. And AMX38, of course, we already had. AMX40 we already had. The ELC has been renamed to the ELC BIS. Not quite sure why, but it's been renamed. And we have the SARL 42 and the G1R. So let's take a look at some more detail. There's more tanks, but we'll get there in a second. So here we have at tier 2 the Renault R35. Cute little thing. Quickly go over the characteristics of it. It's tier 2, so yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Signal range, view range, yeah, okay. Armor 40mm at tier 2. It's not bad, and it is sloped. There's a lot of slopes to it, so this thing might be reasonably armored for tier 2. As armor with 32 is actually not bad. I mean, most tanks in this tier don't even have that armor all around, so armor wise, not bad. Speed wise, 23 top speed. This thing is not speedy at all, so a bit of a sluggish kind of thing. Now if we look at the FCM36, yeah, it looks kind of funky. I guess. Horsepower, 105 for 12 tons. Not that great. Top speed 24, so these things are not speedy at all. We'll skip the ELC for just a second. The Somua is basically, looks like a B2 of sorts, or at least based on. What do we get for guns on this thing? Well, the only option really is 66 pen, 55 damage, 0.38 accuracy, and 1.7 second aim time. That's not too bad. Top speed is pretty decent. 230 horsepower engine for 20 tons. That's not great. What's the horsepower per ton? 11. Yeah, it's not that fast in acceleration, but you do get a nameplate on the front of it, so that's a bonus. Then we have the, oh my god, what the hell were they thinking? What is this supposed to be? Oh my god. Here we have the SARL 42, which is the new tier 4. What do we get in weight of gun? We get a 75mm, 100 pen, 110 damage, 0.43 accuracy, 2.3 second aim time. Not a bad gun. We can also go with something a little bit faster on the firing, but half the damage, only 55, 1.9 second aim time, 0.36 accuracy. So that might not be the worst gun either, but this is more of a standard sort of tier 5 gun actually. So this is not bad on a tier 4. But the I don't even know what to say about this thing. It's flipping huge. I mean, here, this is an ELC. Oh, excuse me. This is not an ELC. This is an ELC. And this is this thing. You can fit 2 ELCs on top of each other in this thing. That turret, I mean, does it even have... No. 40mm of frontal armor. And that might not even be on the slope part, so I doubt you can even bounce a shot from this thing. And it doesn't look like this thing will have a lot of depression. I mean, if you point your gun down, your breech is going to go up and hit this. So I'm going to say that depression is going to be really bad in this thing. I haven't tried it out, so I'm not sure, but just by the shape of the turret, I'm going to say that the depression is going to be really bad. Elevation, can't say much about it. Probably better, but by the looks of it, they've made a hole here so you can actually elevate the gun, but depression, probably not. Not a whole lot. So, not a bad gun for a tier 4. So let's head over to the tier 5, and this thing is... well, to be honest, it kind of looked interesting, really. Top speed 40, 450 horsepower engine, not that bad. 34 tons, not that great. Let's see, the specific power, 12.95, so basically 13. Well, it's not great, but this thing does look somewhat interesting. Gun-wise, you have the option between the same gun as the previous tier, so 75mm, 100 pen, 110 damage, 0.39 accuracy, 2-second aim time, so slightly better soft stats on this tier. So not a bad gun, or a derp gun, pretty much your M4 gun or your Sherman 3. So yeah, I might have to check this thing out. It seems somewhat interesting, and since I do have a medium crew now, I can actually, put in a crew in one of these tanks, in a French medium. So yeah, that looks kind of interesting. And then let's take a look at the tech tree again. Then pretty much things stay the same as far as the tech tree, but once you get to tier 8, it actually splits off into an AMX 30 and a 30B. This was pretty much France's main battle tank. The 30, this one, was pretty much a, initially at least, a joint venture between Germany and France to make a main battle tank, and it was basically based on the Leopard design, Leopard 1, and Germany decided to go forth with their own tank design with the Leopard 1, and France basically came up with this. So they're somewhat similar, as in they're based on the same base principles, I guess. Actually take a look here. European tank even, okay. Blah blah blah, basically to make a, so pretty much just to make a main battle tank was the goal. So it gets a pretty interesting looking gun. And let's take a look at what kind of gun you have on here. Rate of fire of 6, 260 penetration, 390 damage, 0.33 accuracy, and 2.3 second aim time. Wow, that is pretty nasty. I want one. Let's take a look at the specific power. Should be pretty good. 22. Oh yeah, this thing is fast. And you do still get 80 frontal armor. That's not even too bad. I mean, it's pretty far from being good, but 80 frontal armor is not bad. Same for the turret, and the turret is sloped, so while it's not a lot of armor, you do actually have some, and let me be very clear here, some chance to bounce, but not much. I mean, it's only 80mm, even slope, that's maybe 120 at best. So, but the gun mantlet plus the slope of the turret might potentially bounce something. You do have a pretty big commander's hatch, but pretty sure that most people will just be able to pin you anyway, so they don't really need to pin your hatch, but it's pretty big and prominent, so there's that. So yeah, pretty awesome gun by the looks of it. That seems really nice. Is there a different gun option? No, this is pretty much just the best. Okay, and it's 105mm. Yeah, 105mm. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm loving the stats here. This is something we're gonna have to test out. And then at tier 10, we get this beastie looking thing. Ooh, that's quite a tall engine deck there. This thing is quite tall. I mean, yikes. That's a pretty tall medium. I mean, the Super Pershing is a pretty big tank, but damn. And that's a bigger gun? Or is that also the 105? No, just 105. Okay, just look bigger. Ooh, look at the reflection of the lamp. So, I really wish you could actually turn on the lamps to blind people. That would be awesome. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Might be an infrared light? I'm not sure. Might be an infrared light here. Or something, or I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Of course, the thing looks great. 1900 hit points. Same gun as before, just slightly better stats as you would expect. 0.3 accuracy, 2.1 second aim time, and a slightly better rate of fire. Wow. This thing looks like a beast. I haven't checked yet, but I'm gonna say this thing probably has 8 or 10 degrees with gun depression. Elevation should be pretty decent as well. Although, that might be a problem for 10 degrees. Well, it might be 10 degrees. I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be close. I'm not sure if that will fit in that turret, but turret armor, side and rear, of course, it's garbage, but what do you expect? I mean, it's the same here. It's rounded, so, you have that going for you, but chance to bounce, nah, I wouldn't bet on it. Not quite sure why this one is looking a lot more pristine and clean-ish, and this one looks so, I don't know, weathered. More detail. Maybe this one is an HD and the other one isn't. Oh, we have the HD check. No, it should be HD. I don't know. This one doesn't quite look as, well, polished as in model-wise, not actual look. So that is it for the new French tanks. I'm gonna say these look very interesting. Now let's take a look at the ELC, which has been reworked in HD. I don't remember it having these two antennas here. At least not as clear and prominent and stuff. So yeah, this thing looks pretty damn good, gonna have to say. And yeah, I don't know if anything changed stat-wise, but I doubt it got any more armor or any of that sort of thing. But yeah, overall, gonna have to say, it looks pretty damn good. Can't wait to race around the battlefield with it. Let's take a look at the next tank. And we're just gonna take a look at all the reworked HD tanks first. IS-4 has been reworked in HD. Let's do a quick loop around here. We spent a lot of time on these tanks already, so we still have a lot of stuff to go through, so we better get a move on. I'm not quite sure if this is supposed to be up like that. It looks a bit weird. Not sure if that's correct. Loving the gun, by the way. It looks awesome. Especially the muzzle breaker here. Looks pretty good. Yeah. So, next up, the Panzerko Wagenvier Aust H has been reworked in HD. Yeah. It doesn't even look that different, really, from what it looked before. There's the scuff marks and that sort of stuff on it, but other than that, there really isn't that much difference. I think these wires have actually been moved into actual physical wires, but other than that, it just looks pretty much the same. Next one, E100. We've already seen some iterations of this thing. It has been redone, reworked, and all that sort of stuff. The sensor bar on top has been made smaller. It should be the same as it is right now, and might actually be slightly smaller. I'm not entirely sure. You can actually see some optics in here. We can see the muzzle brake here. And inside, HD check. Yep, we do have the rifling in there. I thought they were going to do something with this slope here. They were going to remove that again, but I guess not. Now, one thing that I have noticed is you would think that the E100 and the Jagdpanzer E100 would be built on the same chassis, but at least in here, there's small detail changes. Like, if you look at the rust in the back here, it's actually not the same. And another thing I noticed is these hooks here, toe hooks or whatever you want to call them, are not the same either. I kind of expected that they would have used the exact same model for the base. Ooh, that looks painful. But yeah, as you can see, they have changed it up a little bit. The bolts are not entirely the same that are in the side here for the spaced armor. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why, but as far as I know, it's based on the exact same chassis, just pretty much a fixed turret on it rather than a actual turnable turret. And of course, engine moved around. It's not the same tank, but anyways, let's do a quick one around the E100 here so you can see all the details. Looking good. Let's go over to Jagdpanzer E100. Hey, there we go. I was gonna say no rifling, but yeah, there we go. This thing is huge. Doors in the back. Everything is nice and sticking out now, where before it was mostly flat. Now, Super Pershing. One thing. Is that gun longer, or am I just crazy? I could have sworn that gun was not that long. I'm not sure. It just looked off. Might just be me, but I do not remember that thing being that long. Now, as for the armor, I wish I could tell you guys good or bad news. At least give you some news as to what is going on with the armor. But any and all armor programs I have used on the test server files on my computer have crashed my Tank View applications. I have two of them, Tank Viewer and World of Tanks Viewer, and the other one is Tank Inspector. And both of them crash on if I put up the new test server files as its source file. So I cannot compare its armor, so I cannot tell you guys right now if it's a nerf, a buff, or exactly the same. It looks I don't know. I think they... I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I just can't say anything about it before I say something wrong. It's different. I know that much. It's not the same as it was, but I am not sure how or what has changed. But the Super Purging has been redone in HD. I think it lost some mud flaps in the front here, because I don't remember a track being that exposed. I thought it was something in front of it still. And this, I'm pretty sure it was, because this is way more open now. You can very clearly see the armor underneath. So I think that this angle has changed a little bit. And I don't know. If anybody has any numbers of the armor and knows, you know, not just speculate, but knows if anything has changed, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm curious too. But like I said, I can't check it right now, which sucks. I think these tubes are ever so slightly smaller than they were before, but I'd have to compare. And this has been changed up a little bit as well. These corners, I think the engine deck was bigger before, are sticking out a bit more. So now it actually has an asshole. What? This is ass? That's an asshole. Yeah, the rear looks different. Very different. So, yeah, the Super Purging. Not sure. I don't know. It looks kind of weird to me. And that is all the tanks in HD. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the patch notes, because a lot of things have changed. Okay, here we go. Fix some issues with the damaged model of the Stuart 1. Well, who cares? Reduce the view range of artillery. Yes. Good. That is something that has bothered me so many times, where a artillery is sitting in a bush, can outscout any scout that even remotely comes in his neighborhood, and just, you know, either spot him or shoot him before the scout can even light up the artillery. So that, to me, was a very, very welcome nerf, because it was just ridiculous. Now all they need to do is reduce the hit point of artillery, because artillery right now, in some cases, are not glass cannons. You have to shoot them twice or 3 times to kill them. Artillery is a glass cannon. You know, if it gets shot at, it should die. You know, if it shoots at anything, most of the time it dies as well, so why not the other way around? So, yeah, I think artillery still has too much HP. Lower tier is usually fine, it's the higher tier that's a problem. When, like, a tier 10 tank can't even one-shot an artillery, that's kind of sad. And I've seen it happen. So, yeah, I wish they really would change that, but this is a step in the right direction. Reduced penetration of standard shells for some high-tier guns. Yeah, we'll get into that a bit as well. They've done a lot of rebalancing this patch, and it might make the game a lot more interesting, where people are not just always going to pen. Now, if this is going to mean that a lot more people are going to shoot premium rounds, that I do not know. That might just be the case, or people actually have to get better and just aim, which usually works as well. They've rebalanced some things. They've added a new map, Overlord. Let's take a look at team battle. No, not team battle. What am I doing? Battle training. Oh, no. Dang it. I've renamed these damn things. Team training. There we go. And we will create a room, and we will go to the O for Overlord, and let's take a look. You've probably already seen this map. Jingles has done some videos on it, or a video. Wargaming has released a video on it. This is pretty much the Normandy beach, is what it comes down to. So you have a pretty wide beach here to maneuver along. We have multiple paths leading inland, 4 by the looks of it, and then you have pretty much a gigantic field. So, mediums, possibly lights going on the beach field, probably heavies. I think there's some solid cover along here and here, so heavies are probably going to be fighting in this and this area. There's a couple of bunkers here as well, so, but overall it's a pretty open map. There might actually be some heavy fighting going on around here, because this is a pretty reasonable artillery safe place, because this is a cliffside. Unless the enemy artillery sets up over here, but then they're going to be spotted pretty quickly by light tanks. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how this map will play out. Exit mode. So yeah, that map looks very interesting. Improved the gameplay features of Live Oaks, not sure what they changed. Improved effects on Karelia, Westfield, El Haloof and Airfield, woohoo. Fixed issues with visual and damage models of some environmental objects, yay. Now, changes to the tanks. The 121, the Chinese heavy tank. Reload time of the 122mm gun changed from 9.6 to 9.4 seconds, so a reload buff. Woohoo! Dispersion reduced by 14%, so again a buff. Woohoo! Penetration reduced from 258 to 249. Boo! So penetration nerf there. On the French, the AMX 105 AM Emily 47 view range nerfed. That's the artillery. From 340 to 290. Bad Chat 155, so that's a tier 10, reduced from 370 to 330. AMX 55, now this one kind of surprised me. Aim time of the gun changed from 3 seconds to 2.8. Penetration nerfed from 293 to 272. Pretty severe nerf there of 20 or so millimeters, but you do get a aim time reduction of 0.2 seconds. I don't know. Does the Foch 155 really need more nerfs? I mean, do you really see that many of them around? And are they really dominating? I don't think so. I mean, the aim time is going to be pretty big, you know. 0.2 seconds doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it means that even unaimed, your gun is going to be aimed more. So, yeah. I don't know. Didn't feel like that tank really needed a nerf. I'm just gonna skip over all the artillery. I'm not gonna mention every single one of them. Pretty much all artillery got their view range nerfed. Mostly from the high 380s, you know, for the tier 9, tier 10, that sort of range artillery. Mostly went down to 350 and below, 320 and that sort of range. Let's see. Dispersion on the move and halt reverse of the Battalion 25? What? The 25T. Wait, I'm confused. What tank are we talking about? Oh, the Batchat 25T. Aha. The Batchat. I was like, wait, what? That was the name. The turret name is actually what they mentioned there. Okay, sorry. The dispersion on the move reduced by 12%, so the Batchat is going to be better on the move, shooting on the move. Dispersion of traverse of the turret reduced by 12%, and penetration of the gun went from 259 to 249, so we lost 10 millimeters of penetration on the gun. This thing is, you know, get in fast, shoot people to crap, and then dive out. You're not really shooting at fronts of tanks all that much in a Batchat, so I don't think this nerf is really going to be noticed that much, and you do get the dispersion buff, so better aim on the move, basically. So, yeah. As for the Germans, let's actually just hit the German tech tree. Artillery view range nerfed 340 to 300, 380 to 340, 320 to 280. Leopard prototype A, so they've done a lot of rebalancing, not just artillery, but a lot of things. Dispersion on the move reduced by 9% with the stock suspension, with the upgrade suspension 10% reduced, so yeah, better at shooting on the move. Penetration of the APDS shells for a 10.5mm reduced from 268 to 257. So, it seems like a lot of tier 9, tier 10 tanks got hit with the nerfs here. This is the Leopard prototype A. So we're talking about tier 9 here. A lot of them got their penetration nerfed from the 260 range to the 250 range, give or take. Reload time reduced from 11.1 to 10.9. Wow, that's a pretty big reload buff there. That's pretty nice. So now rate of fire 4.62, where before it was about 4.5, give or take. Okay, that's not too bad. Interesting. All these changes are very interesting. Most tanks get buffs and nerfs, so it really is like you lose a bit of penetration, but you get better accuracy on the move, and you get better rate of fire. It's I think overall it's pretty good. Leopard 1, dispersion on the move reduced by 22%. Wow, well, that's pretty good. And the same penetration nerf because it's the same gun. E50 Oust M, so E50M basically. Our penetration nerf from 270 to 259. Yikes. Ow, that hurts. Jagdpanzer E100 penetration from 299 to 278. And then pretty much all the artillery got their view range nerfed. Japan STB1. Let's actually move over to the Japanese tree just because we have the STB1, which is the tier 10 obviously. Dispersion reduced by 12% on the move, so that's pretty good. Aim time reduced from 2.3 to 2.2 seconds. Dispersion while turret is traversing reduced by 14%, so pretty much buffs all around. Penetration from 258 to 248, so 10 millimeters of gun or penetration reduction nerf. And the same goes for the Type 61, which is the tier 9. Pretty much the same gun, so yeah. Also 258 to 248 penetration. Great Britain. There, I know my flags, really. Charioteer penetration, 268 to 257, yeah, pretty much most 260-ish range went to 250-ish range penetration. Same goes for the FV4502 stage 2 penetration of the AP shell for the 183mm gun, reduced from 310mm to 288. Ouch, about 30 penetration less there. Artillery got view range nerfed, nothing surprising there. 215B penetration went from 310 to 288, no surprise there, same gun. The FV4202 penetration went from 268 to 257. Centurion, same thing, 258 to 268, excuse me, to 257. That kind of sucks. And the Sherman Firefly view range of the turret increased from 360 to 370. That's good because that thing was pretty blind. Let's move over to the US 3. We're getting pretty close to the end here, guys, so stick with it. We're getting there. Artillery view range nerfed, no surprise there. The M60 Patton got, 268 to 257 penetration reduction. Again, no surprise there, pretty much the same. The M48A1 Patton, there we go. Dispersion of the 105mm gun reduced by 33% on turret reverse. That's pretty good. But the penetration, of course, from 268 to 257 got nerfed. No shocker there. T110E3. Let's actually move over here so you can actually see where these tanks are. It's a TD here, obviously. From 295 to 276. Wow, a lot of tanks got their penetration nerfed. Yikes. T110E4. Aim time got buffed from 2.9 to 2.8 seconds. Turret reverse got reduced by 17 to dispersion on turret reverse, there we go, got reduced by 17%, so that's a buff. That's pretty nice. We're talking about the 4, by the way, now, of course, because it has a turret. And the penetration, pretty dull, from 295 to 267, like they all do. View range, yep, all the artillery got their view range nerfed. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh? Wait. Hold on. I'm confused. They say T57. T57. Wait, is there an artillery called T? Ah, okay. I was thinking that T57. I was like, wait, what? View range nerfed from 320 to 280, and I just saw the 280. It's like, wait, what? But yeah, they're talking about that artillery, not the heavy. Okay, never mind. Just me derping. Let's head over to the Russian tree, and we're not quite there, but we're getting there. Penetration nerf on the Object 430. So pretty much just the higher end stuff got hit. Penetration went from 464 to 460. Wow, 264. Wow, to 253. Yeah, like I said, everything in 60 range just got nerfed 10. Pretty much 10 penetration. Same goes for the Object 268 from 303. Wow, that thing had 303 millimeters of pin. Damn. To 282. Few inch reduction on the artillery. No surprises there. BAL 10 gun 268 to 266. Yikes. 20 millimeters of penetration less there. More artillery getting their view range nerfed, and the ISU 152 of the BL 10 gun pretty much the same, 268 to 266. Okay, let's see. Updated all emoticons for chat. Woohoo! They've added accept friends setting, blah blah, automatically declined. Okay, interesting. Nope. Improved the indicator of online contacts with the colorblind mode enabled. Okay, added the ability to create, edit, delete notes for contacts. Oh, that is pretty nice. Let's take a look. I have a contact here. It's Venom Ghost. Create notes. This is that weird guy from the EU server. Create. Can we actually like view it? Yes. Yeah, you see it at the bottom. Nice. Sorry to abuse you for that, but you're the only friend I have in the contact list here. Just because this is a test server, it doesn't show you your friends because test server shit, yeah. So sorry, had to abuse you for that. What else? Added a chat block attribute. Blah blah, not interesting. Fix a large number of issues with the interface. Okay, not interesting. Updated the Big World version to 2.8.1. You might notice some increase in what am I trying to say? Performance, but it's gonna be pretty slight. Well, the plans changed a little bit. The tier 5 was not getting any matchmaking that I could actually get into, so we jumped into the tier 10. And this thing is maneuverable. Take a look at how friggin' maneuverable this thing is. Wow. Is this with 100% crew, by the way? But holy crap. Oh, lag spike. This thing is maneuverable. That's pretty awesome. Take a quick peek around here. Let's see anybody up there. Quite often we'll have somebody peek out over there. I just want the ability to drive away quickly, in case necessary. Nothing popping up yet. Object over here, or is it behind shit? Oh, let's actually move up. This is a depression, by the way. Definitely not bad. And the object is behind the next piece of cover, so don't have to worry about him right now. Do we have anything over here? Doesn't seem like it. So we can move up to the next pile of rubble here. Go into his track. His reload is pretty damn good as well. I do have vents and stuff on here. Let's go back to the order where you can see him. Got a bulldog coming over here. Put one into his track. Made him use his repair kit. We did get spotted for doing that, but yeah. So that was just me derping. Okay, we got friendlies over there, so I don't have to worry about that corner. This one on the other hand. Put one into the lower plate there. Okay, he fired. Go, go, go. That didn't do a whole lot. I really don't want to jump out there. He's loaded. Oh, he's driving away. Ah, it's going to do the same. Oh, we found the artillery. That aim time is pretty damn good. Come on. Come on, reload, reload, reload. There's some light tanks over here, but they moved. Right, I was gonna do some reading of changelog thingies. Well, I'm kind of enjoying this tank here. Leave me alone. I'm gonna have to say this thing is pretty damn good. I really like this tank. Oh, the light tanks made it around to our base. And there's only one artillery, so we don't have to worry about him still being around. But this thing can shift. I really like this thing. The maneuverability of this thing is pretty damn good. Acceleration is not bad either. This thing is quite enjoyable. Finish off that E100. No, we can't see him. Put one into him, into his track wheel. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, I probably can't stick around here. He's still there. He's gonna be reloading for about 30 seconds, so we have time. Oh, he moved. Darn it. Probably shouldn't stick around much longer. I was getting scared there, getting shot in the face. But damn, look at this thing turning around. And I'm even having lag because this is a test server and it always lags the hell. Peek out here and see him. Well, I don't have 6th sense, so I don't know when he spots me, but there he is. I don't think he's... No, he just fired and he wasn't looking at me, so... I'm not sure why I can't see him there. Well, somebody else finished him off. We have a bulldog over there. See if we can ruin his day. No, somebody just ruined his day. We need to finish him off quickly. Where is he? Great, he disappeared. Really? Where the hell did he go? You just hate it when people just disappear like that. Like, he was here a second ago. He couldn't have gone that far. Ah, we don't have a line on him. No! Shoot that building. Nope. Oh well, time to go after him. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this thing, I have to say. I'm probably gonna have to grind down this line. I'm already working on it, but I'll put a shot on the move just to see what the accuracy is like on the move. Oh, somebody else got it. Wow! Okay, let's take a look at the stats real quick and we'll round this video up. Or we're off. Okay, and here we are with the stats. Master Batch, 3rd class, Fire for Effect, and a Bruiser. We didn't do that much in this game, but 2.3k damage. This was the first game in it, so yeah, not bad. Fired 15, hit 10, penned 7. Yeah, I was having a bit of lag here, but still not bad at all. And I fired 2. Yeah, 2 on the move, so I pretty much knew those weren't going to go in. And then there was 1 blind shot at the Death Star, so yeah, still not bad at all. So about 3 shots I knew that weren't going to hit, so that leaves 12. 12 fired, 10 hits. Not too bad. Penetration, of course, is not super duper spectacular. What was it again? 260 actually is pretty damn good penetration, really. So, yeah, not a whole lot. Barely made any profit, but we made some profit. Too many shots that went nowhere, that didn't pen. And if you want to make a profit at tier 10, you gotta make sure that every single shot you fire actually pens and does damage. So, yeah, let's read out the last couple of things from the patch notes. Fixed some issues with the personal mission, some text issues, reworked some effects of damage caused to the game objects by shells that hit them, reworked the display of hits and penetrating markers on a vehicle, fixed some minor issues with the interface, fixed an issue with motion blur. Well, I don't use that and most people don't, so yeah. Fixed some issues with the playback of replays. Woohoo! Quite important for us. As YouTubers, I mean. Fixed issues in calculation of penetration, damage to vehicle screens caused by HE shells. When it was considered that the shell penetrated the main armor, and the event internal explosion was triggered, which could cause injury to all crew members, although in this case only some crew members should be injured. Okay. To vehicle screens. I'm not sure what that means. Not entirely sure what that means. Don't know. Added the ability to use combat reserves in skirmishes. Okay. Added the ability to scale parts of the interface to provide support for high resolution displays. You actually have that right here. Go to graphics. You can see that right here. Interface auto or ×1. So you won't notice this until you're probably using a 4K screen or something like that. Not sure. Can't test it out. Can't make changes right now, so don't know. Fixed issues with aiming circle declining lower in arcade aim than in sniper mode if vehicle was standing on an inclined surface. Okay. Fixed track tension of HD vehicles in premium garage. Does that mean when I switch to certain German vehicles the tracks won't wiggle anymore? They used to do that. I'm not sure if they still do. Let's switch this to... well, there were some US vehicles as well. Can't tell. Doesn't seem like it. In some cases, like, the tension wasn't correct when you loaded in the vehicle, and it would go bounce up a bit. I think this one just slightly did it. Yeah, it falls down, but before it actually went a bit. Anyways, that was a lot of talking. I need to drink something. Holy crap. Thank you guys for watching. This is the 9.7 test server, in case I didn't mention that before, and it's the first version of the test server. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.